Okay, so people have asked for a little bit of a tour of my setup on some of the videos that I posted, so I figured why not? This is my home garage, and I am not a professional mechanic. I'm not journeyman certified at all. I got my start in working for my boss that sold and serviced construction equipment for contractors, and the product line of pumps and water movers and oil movers and all this sort of stuff that we built, we had to service. So I ended up servicing it. I decided after a while that the tools that he had provided were just inadequate, so I wanted to start buying my own tools. So I bought this box on the right hand side. It's a KRA 657. I found the second one in the Mack truck one day and I bought it. So for $2,400 I had the tops and the bottoms, and I started buying my own tools. So this is my home garage. I am a contractor. I have people working for me. I own multiple pieces of equipment. We work in the construction fields. I service our equipment. I repair it. And then I do hobbies. I do DIYs. I'm sort of a shade tree mechanic in the neighborhood. So my tools get dual use at work and then for whatever else. There isn't a piece of equipment of my own that I haven't rebuilt or repaired. I'll do a separate video on the fixturing table. I built it from scratch, no plans, nothing. Came up with the design in my head. Put the two Snap-on tops into here. So I've got sort of an island in my garage where I can work off of and what have you. The two boxes, I've joined them to become one box. This was sort of my hack way of dealing with not having a 54-inch box in the day. The left box is all metric. The right box is standard. To keep things down in time, we'll just do the right-hand side. We'll save the metrics and all the fancy stuff for another day. Top drawer is wrenches, always has been, always will be. Snap-on flank drives. Had them 20 plus years. Flank drive pluses. Got them last year. Just a set of standard cheapy stubbies. Probably used them 5 times. Gear wrench. Doesn't matter whose name is on it. Gear wrench makes them. They're all made over in Taiwan. These are Maximum from Canadian Tire in Canada, but very, very handy. And then double open ends and some Blue Point ratcheting wrenches. Pretty standard stuff. I try to organize my layouts myself rather than buying pre-made foam panels or pre-made pieces. I mean, customization has gotten really better in the last few years, but I still do a lot of it myself with a low-tech wire method. Wrench drawer again. Gear wrench, ratchetings, 20 plus years old, flexes, gear wrench, Craftsman, double box end, 45-degree offsets, Snap-on and some other brands of flare nuts, 4-ways, flare nut, crow's foot, regular crow's foot in Mac. Had to use these on a lot of the pumps that we were working. You just could not get around the flanges. You'd have to put a 90-degree elbow into a tight little spot, and there was no room to turn the wrenches, so these were an absolute must. These were a must for getting off certain hydraulic fittings if you could clear, if it was a low enough gauge steel feed line. A lot of times we were using the 4-ways. Double box in, short offsets. And then my vintage set of Snap-on wrenches all the way up to 1 inch from 3/8. So out of Snap-on, I've got 3 sets of wrenches. 1, 2, and 3 in the vintage. Screwdriver drawer, standard. Some of them have been with me 20 years. This is just the good drawer, the drawer I work out of. I got 2 more drawers of junk, ones that I beat on, ones that I use as scrapers, those kinds of things. Tectons, picked these up back in the winter. They're all right, but I can see that probably long term, they won't make it 20 years. right? Got some signets and Torx. I try to have a representation of everything. You know that Snap-on does not make a full-on Robertson. I think they make what they call a square. It's a Robertson copy, but I've had to go to other brands to get Robertson. We see a lot of Robertson ends in Canada. All right, sockets. All right, so being that I don't have this gigantic, huge, epic setup, or even a classic, I have to break up my sockets and sort of, there's overflow. So I mean, even though this is standard, I've got Torx, impacts, E-Torx, 2 sets of Torx, triple squares, 1/4-inch drive Snap-on, Mac in the back here, hex, Snap-on in the back. Use these on a lot of the pumps that we had, or socket head cap screws. They're recessed, and so these were just non-stop. Cheapy set of flex just to get me out of a jam. You know, a set like this in Snap-on's like $400. If I was using it every week or every other week, I'd do it. But fortunately not right now. 1/2-inch drive, deep shallows. 3/8 drive, semi-deeps, deeps. Impacts, Snap-on, semi-deeps. 12-point Snap-ons. 12-point gear wrench. Second line of wobble impacts, 3/8, triple square impacts, and Astro pneumatic flex. Again, I just am not gonna shell out $380 for the Snap-on 1/4-inch drive, not yet. I'm not a full-time mechanic at all, so I'm working on equipment, but not every day. Snap-on, just picked these up back in the winter. Haven't used them yet, as you can tell. Impact mid-lengths in Snap-on. You know, I've put a lot of hours on some of these impacts, and they've held up well. These secondary lines, you know, to whatever we've needed to gun off. 3/4 drive drawer and long extensions. Don't use 3/4 drive a lot, but it's here for axle nuts, pressing things out. Snap-on long ratchets, 3/8, 1/2-inch. This side of 3/4 drive is standard. Over here is metric. Got some Craftsman sockets that were my dad's. They don't have the flank drive system on them, so I just use them as backup for pressing things out. Long extensions, swivels, speeder bars. You get it. If you don't know what any of that stuff is, you'll have to watch some more videos. Torque wrench drawer, 1/2-inch drive, split beam, gear wrench, 1/2-inch drive, digital. A little disappointed in this one. I did a video on it. I thought it would maybe do tech angle, but no, you got to pay for that. 3/8 drive, Snap-on click, and a simple 1/4-inch drive for setting drag on pinion and stuff like that. Or if you wanted to do fuel injectors or something small. Bottom drawer is just junk. Standard stuff. All right, moving on to this Snap-on. This is just overfill, right? Like I was starting to run out of capacity where the drawers were just too full, too heavy, didn't want to close easily, open easily. I didn't want to do any damage. So I got this box last year from my Snap-on guy. And I'm just slowly starting to put whatever I want into it. You know how it is. Good, bad, and otherwise. Vice grips. Hexes. Again, I'm a little discombobulated. These take up so much bloody space that I just need a drawer to put them in and add to it as time goes on. All right, here's where my overflow for metric wrenches are. I've got some super thins, 36 millimeter down to 23 millimeter. I've got some impact master sets. This is gray pneumatic. I'm very happy with it. You know, it's worked out well. It's all 12 points so that I can handle 12-point wheel nuts in any 12-point fastener. That was the whole entire purpose of the gray pneumatic line for me was to have a secondary line that I had confidence in, that I could pick up 12 points in. Because I'd run into 12 points just enough on some pump or some bracket that would wreck your day and you'd be able to get something out. That's metric. This is the same thing in standard. 1 1/4 all the way down to 1 inch, 1/16. Just oddball stuff. S wrenches, you use them, don't use them. Filter wrenches, wheel nut, hub. Again, same thing, 3/8, 12 point, 1/2 inch drive master set up to 1 1/2. If I need it, I got it, right? Sensor socket set, gear wrench, secondary set of wrenches. When I got the Snap-ons, I took them out and put them into here, and this is the old Snap-on box. These will eventually go to my shop. I'll just give these to my guys. They're bad for losing stuff, so I hold off until I absolutely need to give it to them. Cheapo set of spring hose clamp pliers. Overflow pipe wrench. The large adjustable wrenches, and Crescent. I've been slowly getting the actual Crescent brand. I like them a lot. Their handles are hollow cast, so they're lightweight, and the bigger ones are tapered so you can put a pipe on it. Hey, cheap ones aren't tapered. You can't get it on, not easily. And then just junk overflow, right? Okay, these are the lock and roll drawers, and I really like them. I really like lock and roll drawers. I don't mind grabbing underneath to open the drawer. So that was good versus getting just like a side cabinet that hung. I ended up getting this, which is perfect. It just ended where my workbench is. This is my setup. Like I got a Lincoln 210 MP and a saw and torch kit and all that sort of good stuff. This is where the power tools go. Impacts, 1/2 inch, big one, did a video on that. 3/8, DeVilbiss, sander, you know, some angle grinders, 1/2 inch drive and 3/8 drive Snap-on air drills, Blue Point air hammer, big tube, DeVilbiss small one for getting into tight spots, and then just an assortment of right angle drills and good, bad, and otherwise air tools. Don't use air tools a whole lot anymore, so I really don't care to spend tons of money upgrading them. Junk drawer for all the stuff that doesn't really have a home but you need to have. File drawer. These ones are Mac. I don't care. Mac, Snap-on. Nicholson is probably what I spend the money on nowadays for a file. And a file handle I could care less. Like, geez, I've made them out of a piece of wood, right? Out of a paintbrush handle. Punch drawer. Good, bad, otherwise. Roll pin punches, pin punches, multiple drift and punch kit bag, drift punches, alignment punches, air hammer, shafts out of pumps that we would fix that were done. You know, they're all scored up. I turn them into a punch. Cheap Chinese junk that hasn't failed yet. Tools for the air hammer, long drifts for punching out races on trailers. You know, just your standard stuff. Fixturing, I make all my own fixturing. I won't spend any time on this. When I do the table, I'll show you some of the fixtures and why I made them the way I did and how. And then diagnostics, calipers, code readers underneath here somewhere, bolt meter, wire ties. This is self-explanatory. Terminal kits, long 12-volt test light, and then just all your blades, scrapers, picks, mini pry bars, seals, dental picks, cotter pin, large picks, medium-sized picks. I really don't care about whether or not it has to be name brand on some of this stuff. If it works for me. These Mayhew Dominators are great. The scraper set with the bolstered ends, yeah, fabulous. You know, everybody's asking to borrow these. We use these to pop pans off, drain stuff out of air compressors if you need to pop a pan, if it's got a drain pan. Scrape off gaskets, you name it. They're what they're intended for. Worth the money. Got them on Amazon. And then I've got the Aries Big Kahuna picks. Haven't had to use them much. So there you go. There's the top to the box. There's the bottom. That's the right-hand box. Stay tuned. I'll do the left, and I'll do this one, and that'll get us up to speed. See you soon.